WWE fans are not happy with one specific part of Evolution 2025, so we'll see what that's about. We'll also see what's up with Rhea Ripley, Roman Reigns, and more. Starting things off with Evolution 2025, the sequel event to the historic all-women's premium live event from back in 2018. This is an event that talent and fans have waited over 7 years for, and fans are not so pleased with how things are looking at the moment for when it comes to the build-up. The event itself was made officially barely a few weeks before it was set to take place, which was the biggest red flag right off the bat. They announced it barely 4 weeks to go, so coming into it, everyone knew the build-up would be short. But no one expected the build-up to be this bad. Evolution 2025 was basically fully ignored until this week, 7 days before the event takes place itself. The WWE started announcing world title matches and other matches on the card. Really mind-blowing that both women's world title matches at Evolution get announced a few days before the event itself, obviously leaving no time for any proper build-up or story progression of any kind. Maybe it's the nostalgia, but the inaugural Evolution event felt special. It felt like major matches on that card all had proper build-up and stories. You had Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, with their fully loaded feud and story going on at the time. You had returns of Trish Stratus and Lita, which also featured Trish and Lita making several Raw appearances beforehand to properly build that match up. And of course, you had the headlining main event, which was Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella. And say what you want to say about the match and everything else, but the build-up was absolutely loaded with great story. The Bellas turned heel on Ronda. They had a contract signing, promo exchanges. The build-up was immaculate. There's not much of that story build-up happening here for any match on the Evolution 2025 card, so that already is a massive downgrade from the original event. The original event featured high-profile build-ups and storylines for their 2 world title matches, while Evolution 2025 features 2 world title programs that were completely rushed and announced only 1 week before the premium live event itself. So this is a serious discussion that fans are having right now. It's a special premium live event that everyone has been waiting 7 years for, yet it's getting booked and treated like an ordinary episode of Raw or SmackDown. So that part of it is really stinging the fans that had high hopes and expectations for an Evolution sequel. The women's roster is clearly better than it was back then, but the build-up and storylines are not better right now than it was back then for the original show, that's for sure. So fans are a bit deflated with Evolution 2025 being treated like an afterthought. But that's just unfortunately how things turned out this time around. Some fans don't know what to exactly blame it on. A lot of fans feel like WWE is now having premium live events every few weeks, definitely playing a role. Because in the last few weeks, WWE had to build up for Night of Champions, Saturday night's main event, Evolution, and Summerslam, all within a few weeks apart from each other. So the problem could be that WWE's special event calendar is just so jam-packed that they don't really have a second to breathe and build things up properly. That could be it. Fans also wonder if Evolution 2025's build-up fell apart because of the injury to Liv Morgan. Originally, WWE did look like they were building up a major program for Evolution 2025 way in advance. That, of course, was Liv Morgan versus Nikki Bella. They started that feud several weeks before Evolution, had big plans for Nikki Bella to cost Liv Morgan a few matches and properly build that story up. But of course, Liv Morgan went down with that devastating injury that wiped that big program off the card. Not only wiped the match off the card, but also wiped Nikki Bella off of WWE television as well. Nikki Bella was supposed to make regular appearances on Raw in the weeks leading up to Evolution, but once Liv went down, Nikki was never seen or heard from again. So with Evolution 2025 looking like it was going to be revolving around Liv Morgan versus Nikki Bella, fans are wondering if the loss of the program and match is what led to the rush job chaos for Evolution's 2025 build-up. So fans don't know what exactly to blame it on, the packed schedule or Liv's injury, but for whatever reason the build-up itself has been abysmal and rushed. But fans are still hopeful that the event itself and the matches that are displayed lives up to the hype and still turns out to be a great show that everyone was waiting over 7 years for. So fingers are still crossed there. There's been some confusing new reports coming out regarding Roman Reigns' WWE status. Last we spoke about Roman, we were going over the reports from WrestleVoted that claimed Roman was set for an imminent return following his name popping up a lot internally. Well, WrestleVotes recently dropped some follow-up to that initial report, implying that there's a high chance Roman returns in the imminent future, but that his status for SummerSlam is a bit in the air. So it sounds like there's a chance we could see Roman in the upcoming few weeks here on television, but will he actually be competing at SummerSlam? It seems like that's now the question here, according to these new reports and updates from WrestleVotes. So it's possible that Roman can still return and be a part of a program here in the coming weeks, but there's also a chance he does not lace up his boots for SummerSlam. This rumor does have fans feeling a bit down. Roman hasn't been inside the ring since WrestleMania, but this is just the new norm. He'll give you anywhere from 3 to 5 matches a year, and that's it. So best case scenario, we'll see Roman in action 2 or 3 more times for the remainder of 2025. Obviously, you want to be wrong about that, but just judging by the recent in-ring history, that's what we could expect to see. Roman warned everyone that coming back in 2022 when he originally signed his part-time contract, that was just the reality of it. Even earlier this year, Roman said he overall has a year or 2 left in WWE before he wants to fully step away from the ring. So not much time left with Roman in WWE. But fans are hoping to see a decent amount of him before he fully transitions into the Hollywood scene. A WWE superstar that continues to be in the spotlight right now is Rhea Ripley. She's a top star that not just is in the women's division, but in the entire company overall. But there's a group of fans that are growing tired of the contestant world title opportunities and programs for Rhea. Rhea's been constantly in the world title picture for over 2 years now. Even when she loses the world title, she either gets it right back or gets a handful of title opportunities right after. And this has started a big battle of words online between fans that believe the world title opportunities are justified, and other fans think it would be nice to see other people involved in the world title picture. Well, Rhea Ripley directly responded to those negative fans during Night of Champions kickoff show. Rhea noted that the fans say that Rhea Ripley should not be worried about winning the world title and to move along to other things. But Rhea was completely against the idea. She says that if she's not wanting the world title 24/7, then why is she even on WWE? Rhea said that she's going to have her eyes on the world title because that's what it's all about. That's what everyone is striving for. And Rhea's right, especially from a competitor point of view. It would be pretty dumb to think, I already have the title several times before, I don't want it anymore. As a competitor in combat sports and even in other sports, you always want to win the championship. You're not going to step aside to let some other team win the championship. So Rhea's got a good point there, and she's letting those negative fans know that she'll never back down from being in the world title. And then, just 48 hours after making those comments, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the world title at Evolution was confirmed at Monday Night Raw. And going back to our original topic, this match was announced 1 week before Evolution. But with their rich history with each other, fans are still excited and looking forward to that matchup. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? And have you been enjoying the Evolution build-up so far? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.